Hello, everybody. It's Thursday again, so it's time to talk about some technology and tools for your business. Debbie from Century 21 Homestar here. Today, we're going to talk about digital note taking and client tracking. So, why digital organization matters in your business. Real estate is a relationship driven business. We all know that. So that's why we want to make sure that we're using the most updated tools available to us when we're doing our business. Clients expect a personalized service. That is something also that you want to provide to your clients so that they feel like they're special because you may have a lot of people that you're working with, but each individual wants to feel like they're the only one in your world, right? So notes are going to help you remember those important details when you're talking to people. When you're organized, agents provide better experiences. And if you're tracking your conversations with people and the things that you're doing with people, that also helps your conversion rate when you're trying to get them to move forward with you. Pro tip is the realtor who remembers details about their clients often wins repeat business and referrals. This is it right here, you guys. This is what I'm talking about, right? So if you create that personal relationship with that client, they're going to remember you and they're going to refer you to other people so that you can get more business. That's how you grow as a real estate agent is by word of mouth. They told two friends, and so on and so on. So this is how you're going to do it. This is stuff that people don't even see, but it's helping you in your business, right? What information should you track? Well, of course, you want to track their contact information, any property preferences and search criteria, family and personal details so that you can keep those conversations personal as much as possible. And also, if you can reach out to other family members and stuff to see if they need any help, right? Important dates, milestones like graduations, birthdays, anniversaries, thing, pet anniversaries, pet birthdays. Those are always fun too. Communication history and follow-up activities. So there's a couple few ideas here for you guys to use when you're trying to figure out what you're supposed to be tracking, but just basically anything that you can about that person. Track personal details like children's names, pets, hobbies, birthdays to strengthen your relationships. Again, it goes back to that personal feel when you're talking to people. So if you have a note in your system that says, met so and so at the Strawberry Festival, has one of those dogs, animal, support animal, like a dog or something like that, and their name is Bruno, right? You can comment to them the next time you talk to them about how's Bruno? Did he like that ice cream that you gave him at the festival? Things like that, just so that it's more they're like, oh, they really remember talking to me, and it's not just about business. The digital note-taking tools that you do have available to you is going to be your CRM, your customer database. And there's some examples here of Bold Trail, HubSpot, Follow Up Boss. You also have MoxieWorks if you're working with Century 21 Homestar. Also with Century 21 Homestar, just so you know, if you are getting into our new system with the AI and Bold Trail, that's going to be the training for that is going to be next Thursday night at 6 p.m via Zoom. Microsoft OneNote is another good one. Apple has products all over their things, so they have Apple Notes. Google Keep is one that I use on my computer all the time. And Evernote and similar apps like that. So with the Google Keep, you could put notes in there of things that you have to follow up with, and or you can also put like speed replies to emails in your Google Keep. I use that for things like that. So when an agent calls and says, "Hey, I don't know how to renew my license in the new system. I can't remember that." All I have to do is go to my Google Keep, find the one that says transfer to Homestar or renew your license, copy out the information and throw it in the email and send it over. You can use the same kind of thing when you're talking to buyers and sellers. You can use the same kind of thing when you're talking to title companies, mortgage companies, and stuff. So they're like little drafts of emails that you would send out periodically that has the same information in it. You can put all that stuff in Google Keep. And also, if you're using Gmail, you can make drafts of those. And I think that's going to be at a later date. We're going to talk about that. The pro tip is choose one primary note-taking system and use it consistently rather than spreading information across multiple platforms. That is a really good tip. I have the two though, because I use the Google Keep for my email things, and then I use the CRM stuff for all the other notes that I'm putting in the thing. So you can do that. Like I said, you can use the Google Keep for everything or just for something specific, but keep all of your notes when you're talking to clients and stuff in one place. Creating effective client notes is not really that difficult. You just want to record the notes immediately after the conversation so you don't forget. Keep notes clear and concise. Use consistent formats and categories. Include next action steps and update notes after every interaction. The other thing I wanted to bring up as far as this goes too is I also have a notepad on my phone. So when I'm trying to remember stuff, even if it's just making a grocery list, I'll make it in my notepad because they have different things there. So if you talk to somebody and you are using a CRM and you don't have the app for that CRM on your phone, pull up your notepad and put your notes in there and then send yourself a text reminder to copy those notes out and put them into your system. So if you are remembering to immediately note the conversation that you're having with people, then you can always update your system after the fact with that stuff too. But try and keep everything in the same place if you can. End every note with a specific follow-up task and due date so that nothing gets forgotten. This is really important when you're dealing with a specific transaction because you will have time-sensitive things that you have to accomplish. Did the buyer get their earnest money in? Did you get the general home inspections scheduled? What day is it going to be for? Oh my goodness, 3 days after that, now we have to reply back to the listing agent. Put all those notes in there. You will eventually get to the point where you are running as a robot, so to speak, and doing your daily tasks for your transactions automatically. But hopefully, you get to the point where you're so busy that you have to rely on your notes because you have too many people. And that's wonderful, right? Always put the due dates in there so you can remember. Tracking buyers and sellers efficiently is something that you definitely want to do with your note taking. So monitor where each client is in the process, which is kind of what I was talking about. Track important deadlines, record property interests and feedback, document financing status, maintain transaction milestones. So here's like 5 more things or 6 more things that you can do to remind yourself of the things that you want to track. So one of the biggest hurdles I feel, especially for new agents, is they hear, track your stuff, but nobody ever tells them what they're supposed to track. Right. So now I'm telling you, this is the stuff that you want to track. Create a simple checklist for your buyers and sellers to quickly identify where each client stands. That's something everybody who knows me knows I'm a checklist junkie because checklists are great. You definitely can do that. And you can do that in these systems too. It's very easy. Automating client tracking, follow up reminders, schedule automatic check ins, use task management features, track communication history, create workflow templates. So, here's some more things for doing automated things. So, a couple of the new systems that we have going on, the Bold Trail and such like that, is going to have these things that you can set up so that they automatically will do things. In your MoxiWorks, you can set up automatic things too. Like you can set up an automatic campaign to reach out to your buyers every 7 days or your sellers every 7 days. You can do the same thing in Bold Trail. Pretty much all of the customer databases, your CRMs, you can do that same thing. You can set up your automated things so that you're remembering that. And also, they in these specific systems that I'm talking about, they give you some suggestions of tasks as well if you need to have suggestions there. Track communication history. I'm telling you, this is really important that you put notes into your systems wherever they are, whether it's on your phone or on your computer, about the communication that you're having with your client. If you are talking to somebody on the phone, whether it's a client or a title company or the opposite co-broke there, and you sometimes you might want to follow up with an email on what you actually discussed so that you have it in writing. Keep all of your emails. Create workflow templates. There's workflow templates in MoxieWorks, and I'm sure in this new Bold Trail system, they're going to have workflow templates too. If you don't have anything like that, you can reach out to me or Tony because I have tons of stuff available to you guys. Automation helps maintain consistency. A personal phone calls and handwritten notes still make the biggest impact. There's your little tip about all this stuff from me. If you know and you've worked with me before, I'm always telling you that. All kinds of different avenues. Use your phone, call them. If they don't answer, use a text message. If they don't answer that, use the email. If they don't answer that, send them a handwritten note. Handwritten notes are great for people that you just want to touch. Maybe they're not quite ready to use you yet, or maybe they already did use you and you want to send them a thank you note. That's a handwritten note, guys. It's not something that's typed out and mass produced. It takes a couple minutes to write a little note onto a note card, address it, put a stamp on it, and send it in the mail. People love it. They love getting handwritten notes. Think about your own self. If you see something that comes in your mailbox and someone took the time to actually handwrite your address on the front of it, you're probably going to open that because that's more personal to you. And that's the whole point. You're trying to make yourself a friend of theirs, a confidant, someone that they can reach out to, a personal connection there. Turning notes into more closings is done by this: following up more consistently, providing personalized service, identify referral opportunities, build stronger client relationships, and create a predictable business pipeline. So, providing personalized service, we've talked about this over and over again, but following up more consistently. One of the biggest complaints that we hear across the board, whether it's from the OAR or from NAR or from just anybody in general, is the majority of the time agents have ghosted me. Oh my gosh, this agent has ghosted me. They do not tell me anything. Make sure you're following up consistently, right? With your listings, you can use your golden ruler report to at least touch base with that client once a week. If their listing is not selling, they want to hear from you on why it's not selling. And that golden ruler report, which is your market analogy, so to speak, is going to show them why they're not getting hits, right? And most of the time, we all know the answer to that. The price is too high. But this is going to help you with that conversation, right? Following up to make sure that your buyers are turning in things that they need to turn in and such. Do it all the time. It set yourself up to, oh, Mr. Seller, I'm going to reach out to you every Monday to discuss what happened the week before, things like that. Put it on your calendar. That's what we have the calendars for, right? It helps build your relationship with your client. Most lost business comes from poor follow-up, not poor sales skills. A great note taking creates great follow up, and that is true because you're going to remember what you talked about the previous time just by looking at your notes, so you can continue on with that conversation. Closing thought on all of this is your database tells you who to contact. Your notes tell you what matters to them. Realtors who master both create stronger relationships, more referrals, and more closings. This is got stats all around it. So it's a proven fact. If you want to do everything that we tell you in these videos and such, you're going to be successful. It's just going to happen. My tidbit for you today is it's going to be Father's Day. You can create one of these little guys. I did this. Oh, let me move this over so you can see it. There you go. I did this real quickly with just a couple keystrokes on my computer and told them what kind of Father's Day greeting I wanted and what to include. And this is what they created for me. Now, you can also personalize this a little bit more by putting your contact information in there, and you can send it to any person that you know that's a father via email. You can also post this on your social media to attract more attention. So it doesn't take long. These things look really nice. They're very easy to share out. And with the new AI tools that we have, it takes 2 seconds, literally, not hard at all. I hope everybody took something away from this video today. If you have any questions or you want to dive into these topics further, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can always get to Tony on Tony.net, and you can reach me the same way and get on my calendar at Deb.net. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Happy Father's Day in advance to everyone who's a father, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.